listen, I got some exclusive Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. Did y'all think just because I was out running the streets telling everybody else's business, I forgot where I came from? No, ma'am. Listen, I'm back with some exclusive tea. Tomorrow, Saturday, is the last scene of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. After tomorrow, filming wraps. Do you know what the final scene is? Do you know what the final scene is? Do you want to know? Because baby, it is hilarious. It's going to be a throwback to the past. Now, a lot of people have been speculating that they're going to bring up like a cast member from way begone, something like that. But guess what? They are going to bring a cultural icon, a lexicon, something that has gotten into the brains of everyone that's ever watched Real Housewives of Atlanta. What is that? She by Sheree. That's right. The final scene is going to be a fashion show. By Sheree. She by Sheree has arisen. And in honor to that, I actually put on some sparkly eyeshadow because baby, it's a party. She by Sheree has arisen. There will be a fashion show, but guess what? In typical Sheree fashion, she found a way to mess it up, or it looks like she is. Y'all, let's get into these details, right? Because I know you like it messy. Now, for anybody doesn't like spoiler alerts, please get up and exit the room because we about to have a little spoiler alert. Listen, production's been keeping a tight lid on what's going on. However, I was able to get a little juice. Ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Mama, blame it on the juice. Listen, we got some juice for you. All right, let's get into it. First, let's talk about Sheree's show and why it's looking like the more things change, the more they stay the same. You know, word on the street is, my sources are telling me Sheree had 14 years to get her act together. We were rooting for her. I wish I could insert the Tyra Banks meme. We were rooting for her, or at least Andy was rooting for her. She had all these opportunities to make She by Sheree legitimate. Sheree came around the time where the athleisure market really boomed. She had all this time to put her name on some leggings, a sports bra, hell, anything to market her brand. Instead, typical Sheree, at least what the streets are saying, she went for the easy option, easy way out. I mean, look at LaToya Forever. She's doing leisure forever. Look, I want to say Sheree crawled so LaToya could run, but Sheree stood still and just looked and had a fashion show with no fashions. And LaToya Forever was literally like, ooh, y'all like this? Okay. I can give y'all corsets. I can give you waist trainers. What you want, what you want, what you want. Matter of fact, I'll give you booty pads too. What you want, what you want, what you want. Meanwhile, Sheree's still standing there. Let's talk about this fashion show and why everybody's going to think it's going to be a debacle. Woo! Okay, now you might be wondering, Tisa, why are you being so cynical? Why don't you think the fashion show is going to be good? Now, Sheree could surprise us. But one of the reasons is, word on the street is, she's throwing everything together last minute. She doesn't still have any fashions. Now, y'all know from my old video, I went to the She by Sheree site. In fact, She by Sheree don't even have any clickable links. It's a mess. But guess what? The word on the street in Atlanta is she's been running around all over, trying to get vendors, trying to get sponsors at the last minute. But word on the street is everybody in Atlanta, vendors, sponsors, everyone has been pretty much done with her since she pulled that mess 9 years ago. The North remembers, and so does the street of Atlanta. Now listen, if you're like me, you're like, well, Tisa, calm down. Because can't she order things from China, right? Alibaba Express, that's what your favorite IG influencer does. No shade. I'm not knocking anyone's hustle, because to tell you the truth, I don't got time to be looking through Shein, but if somebody would like to curate it, right? I'm happy to buy from their site, right? So there's not enough time to buy from China because since the pandemic, it takes 2 or 3 weeks to actually get stuff. So what's her options? Going to Porsha's Amazon live store and ordering a few 2-piece outfits, but Porsha's wearing them all. So what can you do? Let's see what these outfits look like. But as of yet, there's no legitimate fashions. If she got anything, she got it from Porsha's Amazon Live or Amazon.com, right? Might be like, why is she still a housewife or on the show if she never has any fashions and everything she say is all talk? Well, listen, Andy's favorites, it seems like, in my opinion. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my video about how Andy says he does have favoritism. He does have favorites. Sheree, he loves Sheree. He loves Phaedra. He loves Porsha, right? Now, Phaedra always stayed with a storyline. She was a little industrious Scorpio. Scorpios always deliver. But if you look at Sheree and you look at Porsha, what's the one thing they had in common? They never really had a storyline. Every season they were on something else, doing something else. It never worked out. And then the next season they came back with a new persona. Porsha was a good, devoted wife. Then she came back out with Freaknik 2012. She left that and she was a business mom. Then she left that and she was a stay-at-home wife. Then she left that and she was pregnant. Then she left that and she was still in other people's husbands. Now she's gone, right? Same with Sheree. Sheree had She by Sheree. Then she was working on a workout tape. Then she was working on a fitness line. Then she was working on all this, but nothing ever happened. And it seems like with Andy's favorites, and I would assume Andy's favorites is also production's. Well, I don't want to say production because they keep kicking Sheree off. But it seems like Andy's favorites are allowed not to have storyline. Everybody gave up on Sheree quite a few years ago. However, Andy Cohen always held a soft spot. They keep bringing her back, but still sucking her dry and then throwing her away again. At this point, it looked like Sheree had finally gotten an in because she was actually dating Tyrone Biggins, right? Her boyfriend that was in jail. How far we move. We move further and further away from God's grace every year. That somebody that is on a star of a national reality TV show can't find nobody but a jailbird. Girl, I guess if Sheree likes it, we love it. But guess what? We don't even know if Tyrone likes it. Because like I said, the streets are saying that Sheree was a side girl. Tyrone had a main girl. And when he got out, because Sheree was trying to use this as a storyline, and you know the men on Real Housewives of Atlanta don't get paid. So because Sheree was trying to use this as a storyline, Tyrone really can't benefit. Everybody sees how they make look crazy sometimes. And he had a girl. He said, no. He sent cease and desist orders out. So Sheree couldn't call him a man, but there couldn't even be any mistake that he was filming with her or any type of even fake relationship. So when that happens, that was 3 months ago. The producers are like, what do you have? What are you giving? Well, it looks like she's giving that fashion show with no fashions. That's why everybody's saying it's hearkening back to a yonder time, right? It's going back to seasons past because we are now seeing the ghost of She by Sheree. I bet y'all $100, right? I bet y'all $100 she got some Amazon Prime 2 pieces and I don't know, probably a shirt with her face on it. You know the way Sheree does. She might not be on time. She might not be professional, but she gonna stroke her own ego. Y'all, but there's even more gossip. Because the word on the curve that even though Sheree ain't come through with her fake boyfriend a la Porsha, right? And even though everybody thinks that this is going to be a really messed up fashion show, the producers are salivating because they think it is going to be great TV. They said this is going to be a pivotal moment in a season of memorable moments. Why is that so important? Because guess what? It means a lot of old cast members begging to either get a wedding special or to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. It looks like there might not be a spot for them. Why is that? Think about it, you guys. The only reason they would bring someone back is if they need ratings. That's why they brought Nene back. That's why they brought Kenya back. Porsha has been angling to come back. Again, you know my opinion on why they might be having money problems. It seems like Porsha's biggest problem is she's also having fame problems. Her spinoff was an unmitigated disaster. It don't matter how many ratings they got to see her try to mollywop her daughter's father. It's not a look that Bravo wants. It's giving tacky. It's giving low class. It's giving, this just isn't the direction we want to go in. Outside of the fight, her family was the star of the show. They found Porsha and Simon together to be very forgettable. Simon barely got any scenes, and the ones he did, we just all mocked and laughed because it was a joke. I say all this to say, if you can get the same or better ratings, right, on a new season, with not dealing with a prima donna who walked out of scenes, didn't want to work, was always like doing stuff, right? The energy is much better. It's funnier. There's a lot of scenes going on. They're super confident. But don't forget, she was one of the highest paid housewives because she was one of the OGs, right? Now that you have an OG, you literally took the OG salary, split it up among a bunch of new people. This show is costing less to produce than it did last year, and they're expecting it to give double the ratings. Y'all, again, so they don't look to be asking any old housewives back, especially Peach Juice Williams. And she lost all her bargaining chips because she showed them Okay, you're not really the draw we thought you were for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because if you had this fan base that showed up and showed out, they would have shown up and showed out for your show. Instead of it just being a spectacle of people wanting to see people fight and play themselves and look stupid. Also, a Porsha storyline, besides her saying that Simon did mind control or voodoo on her, how's she going to come back and actually repair her damaged image? But especially when you got reality TV gold like Sheree. Because getting back to Sheree, all my sources are saying that in Sheree's mind, because you know she's delusional, every good reality girl has to be, she thinks this event is going to be spectacular. The producers are holding tight to watch the melee and watch the pandemonium and watch world burn down, y'all. Listen, the producers are expecting this to be one of the best scenes of the season, and so are we. Pray for She by Sheree. Who knows? Maybe she's growing and she'll pull it off, but if the history is any indication of the future, baby, it's going to be a good season. Also, you guys, like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Why? Because I've dipped back into my Real Housewives of Atlanta bag, and I got more tea on Drew and Marlo and Kenya, but I don't got time to say it all right now. So I'll hit you up tomorrow. Make sure you check your notifications, and I'll tell you later. Bye, my little Tattle Tells. And listen, good luck to Sheree tomorrow. She gonna need it. I hope her Amazon Prime delivery comes in time. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you later.